kercet warnanya kosopalul fala Yesu sunyo
My dear brothers and sisters, today the church begins the Paschal Triduum. And the Paschal Triduum is a 3-day celebration of one liturgical day. What do we mean by a 3-day celebration of a liturgical day? It means celebrating one liturgical day, that is to say, what we do on a Sunday, we are going to spread it within 3 days. And this is an opportunity for us to properly understand what we celebrate as Catholics, the Holy Eucharist, and the significance of the Eucharist, therefore, in the life of every Christian. On Holy Thursday, what do we celebrate? We celebrate the institution of the Eucharist and the priesthood. On this very day, Jesus gathered with the 12 apostles to celebrate a Jewish meal, to celebrate the Passover. But there was something uniquely different in the celebration this time around. It's because Jesus himself transformed it into a new celebration in which the bread and the wine he identified with himself as his body and blood. Whereas before, the blood of animals were sacrificed, he said now it is his own body that is broken and given. His own blood is shed for the salvation of the human race. And finally, he said to them, do this as a memorial of me. By that statement, the church gathers every day to relive that same experience. And the Sacrosanctum Concilium would tell us that yes, on this or at this celebration, the church does in an unbloody man what Christ did in the upper room. What Christ did in the upper room with the 12 is what we are celebrating in an unbloody manner. And what are we celebrating? The institution of the Eucharist. Again, when Jesus said, do this in memory of me, it was there that he instituted the priesthood. Because those who are now going to be doing this in their lives are the ministers of the new sacrament. So on this very night, Jesus with his apostles at the upper room relived this experience. But when we look at another gospel, and that is the gospel according to St. John, you realize that the institution narratives were not captured. What John did was to give a theological reflection on the Eucharist. And that was why John said, Jesus removed his outer garment during the meal, tied a towel around his waist, and washed the feet of his disciples. He said, you call me Master and Lord, for that indeed I am. If I, your Master and Lord, am washing your feet, therefore you need to do the same. And that is what the Eucharist is all about. It is service in humility, where we are called upon to wash each other's feet. We remember that even Judas, who betrayed Jesus, Jesus washed his feet. Jesus washed the feet of Judas. So the Eucharist, in essence, is our celebration of this Passover. Is our way of reliving that same experience at the upper room, where Jesus now gives us that new meaning. And the meaning is to serve our fellow brothers and sisters in humility, to be washing each other's feet. At that night, something wonderful happened. The disciples left the upper room after the meal, and they now went to the Garden of Gethsemane. They did not go alone. They went with Jesus, accompanied him to the Garden of Gethsemane.
Janggo kercen warnanya kosopan